Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the story between Senator Ben Sass and currently Sean Hannity right now. So on Twitter, Ben Sass was how did I say it? Teaching Trump a lesson because Trump was talking about how he wanted to revoke the licenses to broadcast from several liberal media outlets on TV, particularly CNN and I don't like CNN or any of the liberal media just to be fair, but I don't think that the president should be suspending their license in order to broadcast on television. I think Ben Sass is right in this case because uh, the First Amendment really should be absolute. The government should not be able to interfere with people's freedom of speech, and in this case, the freedom of the press. They're a news organization. I don't think they're a very particularly good news organization, but they do have the right to share their opinion and voice their stories. So this is what's huge. Ben Sass is a traditional conservative candidate out of Nebraska, pro-gun, pro-life. Um, he ran as an anti-Obamacare candidate, which I really like. I really admire the junior senator of Nebraska. I think he holds himself to a higher standard than a lot of current candidates. They seem to have nasty uh, personal attacks, and he's not one of those guys. But I think he was right to attack Donald Trump in this case. However, um, there seems to be a bit of civil war right now in the Republican Party, for instance. Sean Hannity went on the attack against Ben Sass about how he shouldn't, uh, critique the president. But I think we can't be. I like some of the stuff Donald Trump does, but we can't be complicit in what he says. Um, he can't be infringing on the Constitution. And the Constitution is the most important single document in this country. Well, that's debatable. The Declaration of Independence is, I think, equally as important because the Constitution is really the structure, but it doesn't have direction. And I believe the Declaration of Independence is the direction. You know, the Constitution gives us the plans to how we can build a government, but it lacks the direction in which it needs to go in. And the Declaration of Independence perfectly lays this out and for the founding fathers' vision of how America should be. And they're very careful about their words. And I think that's one of the big issues with the GOP right now is we need to be very constitutional fundamentalists, and we can't let the Democrats override the Constitution. And that's what a lot of the rhinos, the moderate Republicans, have been just allowing for just decades now. I feel like the Republican Party has really been the minority party since 1929, and that has been all downhill from there pretty much. I mean, there's still some, bright spots in the Republican Party's history. There's of course Ronald Reagan, but other than that, I don't particularly admire any of the other GOP candidates. I mean, Eisenhower, yeah, he did a lot of good, but he didn't do a whole lot. I think Ronald Reagan was the biggest influence of the later half, but we've really drifted from his message. I think Trump has really put the GOP in a different direction, but I don't think he's good for the long-term health of the party. I think he may after the 2020 election, if he doesn't, get reelected, he could have potentially turned the GOP into a minority party for the next 50 to 100 years or so. That's an issue. So right now, there's a civil war between the Republicans. There's the moderates who want to always capitulate to the Democrats, the establishment, and then there's, the true blue conservatives that are actually, trying to increase freedoms in our lives and trying to, push back against government intervention. That's my ultimate, goal in politics is to put responsibility from the government into the people. And this is, I think, the fundamental civil war that's going on right now. Those who want to capitulate to the Democrats, that just want to be, Democrats light, the Susan Collins, the Ted Cochrans of the world. This is the biggest issue with the GOP. And the fact that they are always infighting. There's this constant, division within the Republican Party. It's just not good, because I feel like they just ran candidates in order to win elections that appeal to certain voter base, but there's no foundational principles in the Republican Party at the moment. I want strict constitutionalism and responsible foreign policy and a fiscal policy that will reduce debt and inspire growth. And I think that Trump has some of the potential. I think the most positive aspects of Trump, however, are just the culture war. I think policy, he's just doesn't know what he's talking about. But I think he knows how to speak to the people, but I think he really needs the help of, the Tea Party style Republicans. Thank you guys for listening today. If you disagree with me on anything, please comment below. Please like, subscribe, and comment. If you guys have any suggestions for me to do on future videos or any other input, I would like to hear it. Thank you guys. Listen, I think I'll make another video tomorrow about this and have more detailed thoughts about what the GOP needs to do on moving forward. And I just think this is not very good to have, a name brand senator fighting with one of the biggest conservative talk radio shows. They both have lots of, fans and listeners, and I don't think it's necessary. But I think Trump was in the wrong here. Talk to you guys later. Thank you.